Welcome! Today we will hear the story of Daniel, a young boy who faces challenges at school but learns how kindness, courage, and friendship help him stand tall. This story is easy to understand and uses simple English to help you learn new words and phrases while enjoying a meaningful story. What you can learn from this story: how to understand and express feelings like sadness, hope, and courage in English. Important vocabulary related to school, friendship, and emotions. Useful phrases to talk about difficult situations and how to overcome them. The power of kindness and how small actions can make a big difference. How to talk about standing up for yourself and supporting others. Practice listening to natural storytelling in English to improve your comprehension and fluency.
The sun shone softly on the quiet neighborhood as Daniel walked home from school. The air smelled fresh, with flowers blooming nearby, but Daniel did not feel the beauty around him. His steps were slow and heavy, and his backpack weighed on his shoulders more than usual. Inside his mind there was noise, the sound of laughter and words that hurt. The boys at school had laughed at him again today. He tried not to think about it, but their voices stayed in his head, making him feel small and sad. Daniel looked down at the sidewalk as he walked, noticing the cracks in the concrete. He counted them one by one, hoping the numbers would help him feel better. But the heavy feeling in his chest did not go away. When Daniel reached his house, the smell of warm bread came from the kitchen. His mother was cooking, moving softly as she worked. Daniel took off his backpack and placed it on the floor. He wanted to smile at his mother, but the sadness held his lips tight. He sat quietly at the kitchen table, wishing the day would end soon. The memory of the playground stayed with him. It was recess, the time during school when children could play and rest. Daniel remembered standing near the swings when a group of boys noticed his shoes. His shoes were clean but old, with colors that had faded from many months of use. Daniel's family did not have enough money to buy new shoes yet. The boys laughed and pointed at his shoes. Their laughter was soft, but full of meaning. Daniel felt the hurt deeply, even though no harsh words were spoken. He did not say anything back. Instead, he turned and walked away slowly. He wished he could disappear. Back at home, the warm kitchen felt like a small, safe place. But the laughter from school stayed in his heart. Daniel felt small in a world that sometimes seemed too big and too loud. He wanted to be strong and proud, but the weight of the day made his head feel heavy. Days passed slowly. Daniel's feelings did not change quickly. He still felt alone during the school day. The playground, once a place for fun, now reminded him of the boys' laughter. He watched other children play happily and talk with friends. Daniel wanted to join them, but felt shy and afraid. The laughter made him feel unsure and small. Despite the sadness, Daniel held on to hope. He believed that things could change for the better. He thought of his family and the love waiting for him at home. This thought gave him strength to keep going, even when the days were hard. One morning, Daniel woke with a quiet decision. He would talk to his teacher. It was difficult and he felt nervous, but he knew he needed help. When he told his teacher about the boy's laughter and his hurt feelings, she listened carefully and promised to support him. The next day, the school took action. The boys who laughed were called to the principal's office. They looked nervous as they learned their actions were wrong. The school reminded all students about kindness and respect for others. After this, the boys stopped laughing at Daniel. He still remembered the pain from before, but he also felt something new: pride. He had not given up. His steps grew a little lighter, and his head was held a little higher. His smile returned, small at first, but growing brighter every day. One afternoon, a new student arrived at school. Daniel noticed that the boy was shy and sat alone in the classroom. Daniel remembered his own hard days and how lonely he had felt. He walked over to the boy and sat beside him. He offered to lend the boy a pencil. It was a small gesture, but it brought a warm smile to the new student's face. In that moment, Daniel understood an important truth. Kindness has the power to change a day, and sometimes even a life. He no longer felt small in a big world. Instead, he felt ready to make the world a better place.
Vocabulary from Part 1. Backpack. A bag carried on the back. Example: Daniel carried his books in a backpack. Heavy. Weighing a lot. Example: the backpack felt heavy on Daniel's shoulders. Shoulders. The parts of the body between the neck and arms. Example: he put the backpack on his shoulders. Playground. An area where children play outside. Example: the children ran and played on the playground. Recess. A short break during school for playing or resting. Example: the students went outside for recess. Faded. Lost color or brightness over time. Example: Daniel's shoes were old and faded. Hurtful. Causing pain or sadness. Example: the boys said hurtful things to Daniel. Shy. Feeling nervous or uncomfortable around others. Example: Daniel felt shy when he wanted to talk. Hope. A feeling that good things will happen. Example: Daniel held on to hope that things would get better. Pride. A good feeling about yourself because of your actions. Example: Daniel felt pride when he stood up for himself. Kindness. Being nice and caring to others. Example: kindness helped Daniel make new friends. Lend. To give something to someone for a short time. Example: Daniel lent his pencil to the new student. Support. To help or encourage someone. Example: Daniel's teacher promised to support him. Principal. The leader or head of a school. Example: the principal talked to the students about respect. Safe. Free from harm or danger. Example: Daniel wanted to feel safe at school. Strength. The power to keep going even when things are hard. Example: Daniel found strength in his family's love. Smile. To show happiness on your face. Example: Daniel's smile grew as he made friends. Brave. Showing courage and not being afraid. Example: Daniel was brave when he spoke to his teacher. Friendship. A close and kind relationship between people. Example: Daniel made a new friendship at school.
The morning air was cool as Daniel got ready for school. He packed his books into his backpack carefully. The weight of the bag felt familiar, a small reminder of the challenges he faced each day. Still, Daniel hoped today would be better than yesterday. On the way to school, Daniel noticed the bright colors of the trees and flowers along the street. Birds sang softly in the branches, but Daniel's mind was quiet and thoughtful. He wondered if the boys at school would laugh again, or if today might be different. At school, Daniel walked through the hallways filled with students talking and laughing. He tried to smile, but sometimes it was difficult. The memory of past days stayed with him, like a shadow behind every step. During recess, Daniel stayed near the quiet part of the playground. He watched the other children play games and share jokes. A few children noticed Daniel and smiled kindly. Their kindness was like a small light in the darkness. Daniel wanted to join them, but felt nervous. He took a deep breath and slowly walked toward the group. One boy invited Daniel to play a game. Daniel smiled shyly and joined in. For the first time in many days, Daniel laughed. The laughter felt warm and free, different from the cold laughter that had hurt him. After recess, Daniel felt a new feeling inside him. Hope. Maybe things could be better. Maybe kindness could grow like the flowers he saw on his way to school. At home, Daniel told his mother about the new friends and the game he played. His mother smiled and nodded. She was proud of him for trying even when it was hard. That night, Daniel dreamed of a day when all children would be kind to each other. He dreamed of a world where no one felt small or alone. He dreamed of standing tall and helping others feel strong too.
Vocabulary from Part 2. Carefully, with attention and care. She packed her bag carefully for the trip. Familiar, well known from before. The song was familiar to everyone. Shadow, a dark shape made when light is blocked. The tree made a shadow on the ground. Kindness, being nice and caring to others. Kindness makes people happy. Shyly, in a shy way. The girl smiled shyly at her new friend. Hope, a feeling that good things will happen. He had hope for a better future.
As the weeks passed, Daniel's life slowly changed. Each morning, he woke up with a little more hope inside. The heavy feeling that once weighed on his shoulders became lighter. He began to notice small, good things around him. A kind smile from a teacher, a friendly hello from a classmate, or the gentle breeze through the classroom window. School was still not always easy. Sometimes Daniel felt tired or worried, but he learned that it was okay to feel that way. He understood that every person has hard days. What mattered most was how he faced those days. One day, Daniel saw a girl sitting alone during lunch. She looked shy and nervous, just like he had been. Daniel remembered the loneliness he had felt in the past. Without hesitation, he went over and sat beside her. He shared his sandwich and asked if she wanted to play after school. The girl smiled and nodded. Daniel felt happy inside. He knew that small acts of kindness could bring people together and help them feel less alone. At home, Daniel's mother noticed a change in him. His eyes looked brighter and his smile came more often. She was proud of her son. She told him that courage is not about never being scared. It is about doing the right thing even when you are scared. Daniel remembered those words often. When he felt nervous, he told himself to be brave. When he felt sad, he reminded himself that he was strong. One afternoon, the principal announced a special assembly about kindness and respect. The principal spoke to all the students about how important it was to treat each other well. Daniel listened carefully and felt proud to be part of a school that cared. After the assembly, Daniel and his classmates made a promise. They promised to be kind and to stand up for each other. Daniel knew that promises like these could help change a school, one day at a time. At home, Daniel told his family about the assembly and his promise. They smiled and hugged him. His father said, "We are proud of you, Daniel. You are standing tall." Daniel felt a warm feeling inside. He was ready to face the world with kindness and courage.
Vocabulary from Part 3. Hope, a feeling that good things will happen. She had hope for a better day. Heavy feeling, feeling sad or worried. He had a heavy feeling before the test. Lonely, feeling alone and sad. The lonely boy sat by himself. Act of kindness, doing something nice for others. Helping a friend is an act of kindness. Courage, the ability to face fear or difficulty. It takes courage to speak in front of people. Assembly, a gathering of people, often in school. We had an assembly to talk about respect. Promise, a statement that you will do something. I made a promise to help my friend. Warm feeling. Feeling happy and comfortable. She had a warm feeling when she got a hug.
As the seasons changed, Daniel grew more confident. The cold days of feeling small and alone were slowly replaced by warm days, filled with friendship and hope. He understood that everyone has challenges, but kindness and courage can make those challenges easier to face. At school, Daniel became known as a helpful and friendly student. When new children arrived, he was always the first to welcome them. He shared his books, helped with homework, and included others in games. His kindness created a small circle of friends who supported each other. Sometimes, Daniel still remembered the painful days when the boys laughed at his shoes. But those memories no longer made him feel weak. Instead, they reminded him how strong he had become. Daniel learned to stand tall not by ignoring his feelings, but by facing them with bravery. One day, Daniel's teacher asked the class to write about someone they admired. Daniel wrote about kindness, courage, and standing tall. He wrote about how small acts can change the world around us. At the end of the school year, there was a celebration. Daniel received a certificate for showing kindness and leadership. His family and teachers were proud. Daniel felt proud too, proud of the boy who had grown stronger, kinder, and braver. That summer, Daniel looked forward to new adventures. He knew that life would have hard moments, but he was ready. With kindness in his heart and courage in his soul, Daniel would always stand tall. And so, Daniel's story reminds us all, even when we feel small, we can grow strong. Even when we feel alone, we can find friendship. And with kindness and courage, we can make the world a better place. Thank you for listening to Daniel's story. We hope you enjoyed learning new words and phrases today. Remember, kindness and courage can help us face challenges in life, just like Daniel. Keep practicing your English every day and don't be afraid to stand tall and be brave. If you like this story, please subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you in the next lesson with more fun stories and useful English learning tips. Keep learning and keep smiling.